Hey guys, the much awaited Debian 12 release is finally here with us, and in this video I'm going to show you or demonstrate how you can upgrade from Debian 11 to Debian 12. But before we do so, let's briefly brush over Debian 12 and see what it brings on board. So Debian 12, which by the way is the latest LTS release, was officially released on June the 10th, 2023, and it's codenamed Bookworm. Now it provides or supports various architectures, for example, 64-bit AMD 64 and 32-bit systems. It also provides support for 64-bit ARM, hard float ABI ARM, power systems, IBM System Z, as well as 64-bit IMPS. All right. Now, what are some of the new features or the highlights of Debian 12? So, firstly, it provides Linux kernel 6.1, which brings on board numerous enhancements and improvements. It also comes with an updated installer. In Debian 12, Pipewire is the default audio server, and it replaces Pulse Audio in GNOME, which has been the default sound server for the longest time. It also comes with new wallpapers and default themes. You also get new desktop environments, miscellaneous updates, and just as with any new release, it comes with new software versions. So in Debian 12, you'll get Python 3.112. You'll also get PHP 8.2, MariaDB 10.11, OpenJDK 17, GNOME 43, LibreOffice 7.4, and many more. Alright, so with that brief introduction, let's now get our hands dirty and perform the upgrade from Debian 11 to Debian 12. See you on the other side. So I have managed to deploy a cloud server running Debian 11 on Linode. So as you can see on the screen, I have a VPS that is running Debian 11, all right, with a RAM of 4 GB. This is the IP address. So I've managed to connect to it via my SSH client. So I'm using MOBA Xterm as my SSH client, all right. Now, the first step is to ensure that we are starting our journey from Debian 11. So I'm going to check the version that I'm using. So there are a couple of ways to do that. So I can do this using the command lsb _release -a. Okay, so you can see that we are using, or we are starting from Debian 11. Alternatively, you can do this using the cat command. So cat etc os release, like that. Okay, so we are pretty much sure that we are beginning from Debian 11. All right, so after confirming that we are running Debian 11, the next step is to update the local package index, and to do so, run the command apt-update. So here I'm going to run all the commands as the root user. Okay. All right, so we have updated our system. Now the next step is to upgrade all the packages to the latest versions, and to do so, I'm going to run the command apt-upgrade. Then I'll hit enter. Then to continue, I'll type Y for yes, then hit enter. So this command upgrades all the packages to their latest versions. So depending on your system, this might take a while. All right, so just be patient as the upgrade gets underway. So as you can see, the upgrade on our VPS is complete. All right. To remove any unnecessary packages that you might be having which are consuming disk space, you can run the command apt purge auto remove, like that. So here we are clean and we are good to go. Okay. So the next step, we are going to modify our sources list file. And before we do so, let's first of all have a preview of the sources list file. So I'm going to use Nano as my preferred text editor. So to open the file, I'm going to type Nano etc apt sources list. All right. So our next goal is to replace every instance of Bullseye with Bookworm. All right, since it's the code name for Debian 12. So there are two ways you can go about this. You can manually change, or you can manually edit. You can edit out Bullseye and instead replace it with Bookworm. Sorry, Bookworm, like that. Okay, but as you have figured out, you might have figured out, this is quite cumbersome and it's prone to errors. All right, so a better way to do this, so I'm gonna exit out of this file. So a better way to do this is to use the regex expressions. So I'm going to use the sed command so that I can replace every instance of Bullseye with Bookworm. All right. Now to do so, I'm going to run the command sed -i, then s. So here I'll be substituting Bullseye. Bullseye with Bookworm, like that. All right, then followed by the path of the file, etc apt sources list. Okay, then I'll hit enter. So we have to make sure that these are correct. Okay, so I'm gonna hit enter. All right, so once again, I'm going to verify that all the entries are correct. So using the Nano editor, I'm going to open the file once again and confirm that everything is okay. Right, so you can see that every instance of Bullseye has now been replaced with Bookworm. All right, so we are good to go. So I'm going to exit the sources list file. Okay, now once again, you need to update the local package index for the changes to sync with the system. So once again, I'm going to run the command apt update. And on your screen, you can now see Bookworm entries, as you can see here. All right. Now down below, you can see that there are packages that are pending an upgrade. So once again, upgrade the system by running the command apt upgrade. So this will upgrade all the packages to their current versions. So apt upgrade. So Debian 12 comes with entirely new packages. So as you can imagine, or as you can assume, the packages will be quite large or enormous. So here you can see this operation, 622 megabytes of additional disk space will be used. To continue, type Y for yes and then hit enter. So once again, this might take a bit of time depending on the number of packages present on your system. Of course, for a graphical display, there are more packages, and hence this will take a much longer time as compared to a headless server like the one we are using. So just be patient as the upgrade proceeds. So as you can see, the upgrade is in progress. So here you're likely to run into this notification. It details all the changes that are expected. All right, so you can scroll all the way down to see the new changes. All right, now I'm going to escape from this, so I'll press Q and proceed. So here we have a notification. There are services installed in your system that need to be restarted with certain libraries such as libpalm, libc, libssl, and so on and so forth. So okay, you can see that these restarts are likely to cause interruptions of service for the system. You normally be prompted on each upgrade for the list of services you wish to restart. You can choose this option to avoid being prompted. Instead, all necessary restarts will be done for you automatically, so you can avoid being asked questions on each library upgrade. So restart services during package upgrades without asking. So I'm going to select yes. So the upgrade will proceed, as you can see on your screen. So at this time, I'm going to pause the video. Okay, so here we have another on-screen notification. So all right, so we get a new version of this configuration file is available, but the version currently installed has been locally modified. All right, so here you keep the local current version installed. So I'm gonna hit enter. All right, so this is a new notification for the grub file. Okay, I'm going to keep the local current version installed, so I'll hit enter. Okay, so we have another on-screen notification. So the grub bootloader was previously installed to a disk that is no longer present, or whose unique identifier has changed for some reason. It is important to make sure that the installed grub core image stays in sync with grub modules. Alright, so please check again to make sure that the grub is written to the appropriate boot devices. Okay, if you're unsure which drive is designed as boot drive by your BIOS, it's a good idea to install the grub to all of them. Alright. Okay, so here I'm going to select the first option to install the grub bootloader. So I've pressed I've pressed the space key. Then I'll press the tab key and hit OK. All right. So we are almost about to wind up the upgrade process. Good. So the last step is to do a full system upgrade to Debian 12, and to do that, I'll run the command apt full upgrade, and I'll hit enter. Okay, then I'll press Y for yes, then press enter. Great, so we are done. Now, having executed all the required commands to upgrade from Debian 11 to Debian 12, the last step is to reboot the system, and we need to do this in order to boot into a new instance of Debian 12. So on your command line, simply run the command reboot and hit enter. All right, so since we are running a cloud VPS, we need to reboot it from our control dashboard. So I'm gonna click here and select reboot. So I'm going to reboot the system. Okay, so you can see that this is rebooting, and this will take a bit of a while, so just be patient. So at this point, I'm going to pause the video and I'll be back when the system is back on. And here we are back again. So now I'm going to verify that we are running Debian 12, and to do so, once again, I'll run the command lsb_release -a. And great, so you can see here now we are running Debian 12, also known as bookworm. All right, we can alternatively run the command cat etc os release, and as you can see here, we have all the indications that we are running Debian 12. All right, so that's it, guys. So in this guide, or in this video tutorial, I have walked you through the upgrade from Debian 11 to Debian 12, and I hope that now you can comfortably execute the upgrade. So that's just about it on this video. So please like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe to support my channel, and see you in the next video.